All right, let me start by thanking everybody for coming to the All About Crystals. It's how Earth's jewels impact us. So we're going to talk about some good stuff about crystals, how we can use them, what they do, how to activate them, all that fun stuff. I got probably 4 people online. I got 1 person here and 1 person coming. So I appreciate you all for sure, because this will be a very easy to learn and light class, but I want you all to interact. If you all have any questions, please feel free to ask. So all about crystals. Anybody got any favorite crystals you want to ask me about before we even get started?
I got the malachite.
Malachite?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Malachite. It's for manifestation. It's a good heart stone. Good for travel also. Anybody else? Oh, let me see your stones. I'm gonna start firing them up right here.
Okay, so I got them. So you might want to wipe the malachite off. It was in my bra.
Oh,
Somebody said put it in your bra. So.
well, that's for your heart.
Okay.
Yeah, malachite's good for your heart. That and the rose quartz is good for that.
And I got a black one.
Probably obsidian or
Obsidian.
onyx. Yeah, obsidian, like a little snowflake on it. Cool. All right, so we're gonna go over some simple questions. 6 things that I'm recently regularly asked about crystals. Do crystals actually work? Do crystals have energy? How do you use the crystals? What crystals should I start with, or what crystals should I purchase? Which crystal is the most powerful? And are crystals dangerous? And I know some people are crystals dangerous. That's kind of different. But we're gonna get into all this, and I'm just gonna go over it nice and easy and simple. And if you got any questions, please feel free to ask at any time. This is not like a meditation, so you can unmute your phones if you don't have a lot of stuff going on in the background. If you got a question, just chime in and ask. Or I think some kind of way you can raise a little hand if you like to. But either way is fine with me. So, all right. Do crystals actually work? Anybody got a question?
Would this be considered a crystal?
Hold on 1 second. I gotta get my pictures up. Ah, there we go. Let me see. Yes, that's a crystal. That will be a quartz crystal. Looks like a quartz. It's clear, right?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's that actually is. We'll get into that. That's actually one of the most powerful crystals, and I'll explain why. Because it's one of the most basic crystals in the world, but it actually does have one of the most highest frequencies that come through it. So, do crystals actually work? If you look at science, science says no. Science says that crystals do not work. There's absolutely no way it works. It's impossible, because crystals are a stone and they are just that. And what we have to understand is it's more than just a stone. Crystals are individual conscious beings. So everything is energy. Everything has a consciousness. So it is absolutely not true from science, because science says a lot of things about life that we are supposed to not be able to do. We're not supposed to be able to see. Science cannot explain how a woman can pick a car off a child and move it completely out of the way because of adrenaline. Isn't it? That's all right. So things that scientists can't explain, when they can't explain to scientists, a lot of times we just say it does not work or it does not exist. So it's a falsity, because there is no hard evidence behind what they can see and what they can say. However, what you want to understand is scientists also understands mentalism, because when we start talking about our minds and our thought processes, what we begin to think is what we begin to believe, and that's what we begin to have happen to us. So our thoughts are very important to us. That's one thing that you want to understand about your crystals. And just a little side note, crystals, especially those quartz crystals, retain everything. So if you understand in computers, the computer chips that are made with the RAM and the memory in them, they are made from quartz crystals. So the quartz crystals are actually able to remember everything that's going on. Very, very powerful crystals. Very simple. They're in your computers, they're in your watches, they're in your printers, they're all kind of places. So scientists says they don't necessarily have an energetic power, but as far as what we know is with the scientific community, they actually do have abilities and capabilities. The main capability of the quartz crystal and most crystals are to retain information. There are 13 skulls made of pure quartz crystal that have been very long time ago, sunk with Atlantis. And each of those crystals have knowledge in them, and it has ways for us to unlock different categories in our minds. If you start to learn how to become spiritually attuned, you can literally tap into the frequency of the crystal and you get the messages. I used to wear a quartz crystal sometimes, and every time I wore the quartz crystal, it will record the energies that were around me. And I could give the crystal to one of my students, and the student would literally read the energy of the people that were around me. And she would say, well, this person was around you, this person was around you, this person was around you. So it's very interesting how crystals work. They record everything, just remember that. They are definite recorders. If you look at some of the other crystals, they are record keepers. Record keepers are not on here, but do they work? Yes, record keepers actually hold a tremendous amount of information. If you hold it to your forehead, or you hold it to the pineal gland or the pituitary gland, you can literally transfer information and it'll start to give it to you. Again, that takes practice to understand how to do it, but it can be done. As if you start to wonder, where am I getting this on-code knowledge from? Where is it coming from? Because a lot of times it's a record keeper. You can tell a record keeper crystal because they're in quartz. Usually they're only in the quartz crystals. There's a perfect triangle or pyramid in the crystal. When you see that perfect pyramid in the crystal, that is a record keeper. It holds a lot of records. I have a couple of them here. And don't let the size of the crystals fool you. They can be a crystal that's this big or this big. And the one that's this big can have way more power. Okay, so it's the energy, the frequency and vibration of each crystal. Just depends on what it is. Crystals hold specific vibrations which can adjust the physical frequencies of every person. And what it does is it shifts your vibration to the crystal. So like you were asking about earlier today, crystals, certain ones that you carry on you, that you wear, they have a certain vibration. This has a vibration for heart energy to open the heart center. It also has a vibration to attract prosperity and abundance. So that's why people like to wear this one. And your heart, love, you create through everything. Everything is created through love. And that is the most powerful manifestor we have in this world. This is Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye does a lot of things. It's more for the root grounding stone. It's for your root chakra. And then we're going to go over this at the end. I got some pictures in here that we can show you. That's going to show different crystals, what they do. And I'll go over there's a chakra balance or chakra chart. And each chakra holds the energy of a certain crystal. You don't have to have every crystal for every chakra. So that would be like having 21, 30 crystals on. You don't need all that. You're fine with just one for each chakra. Sometimes you don't even need one for a chakra. But we'll get into that also.
The screen isn't showing.
The screen's not showing on here?
Yeah.
That's what it says. I know it said something pause. Let's see.
Now we can put that,
The stones?
put up,
The stone?
yeah, it is, okay, now I can see.
Yeah. And you just have to remind me because I'm showing to everybody else, but I keep forgetting there's a camera right in front of me. So I told her that's malachite. But these are the young lady's stone is just here. So I'm gonna clear these stones and energize them for her. And Terrence, you know you can just ask a question if you need to. It's showing all the slides at one time.
Yes.
All right, hold on. Let me figure out what's going on with the screen, and let me unlock it, and we'll do it. Someone says your client connection is encrypted. All right, hold on. I'm gonna stop the share and I'm gonna reshare it. Okay. I think something's going on with Zoom. I think they ran an update. Let me see. What is it looking like now?
Nothing showing on that side.
No, slides.
No slides? Okay.
Flash.
Gotcha. All right. No slides. Still no slides? Oh, I see what's happening. What about now? You ever see anything?
Nothing.
Yeah, okay.
It's like the screen is just totally black.
First thing I say is plug the power in.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go.
It's waking up. Yep, perfect.
Can you guys see it now? I see you talking, Monica, but I think you're muted. text me if you don't mind. Can you hear me? No, I can't hear you. Can you log in on the Zoom and just tell me what you see? If you don't mind. I'm not sure what happened, the sound just went. Lots of energy in here today.
Did you send a link in?
It's the same link if you got it.
Oh, same.
Okay. There's no password on. Okay, I see. Alright, let me switch that up. I'm gonna go to another screen for you all to see.
They're saying you'll let me in.
Hmm?
I'm in the waiting room.
Okay. There you go. Use slideshow. What about now?
It's showing the screen, but nothing's on it.
Nothing's on it? Is it showing the
Just a white screen.
white screen? Okay.
Now, yeah, now I can see that you're about to open something.
What about now? Anything? Still just a white screen?
Still white screen. I could see that you were in the menu bar, but you didn't bring it.
Maybe I go back to the presenter view. I might do something. What about now?
Yes,
What are you saying?
now I see all of them.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just stay with all of them that you're saying because I'm not sure why it's doing the show this way. So we're just fine. We're good with that. All right. So we're at, okay. Crystals hold a specific vibration, and they can adjust the physical energy to each person. So always just remember, each crystal that you wear is going to adjust you to its specific vibration. So when we get to the end of the presentation, I'm going to show you a lot of different stones that do different things for you. When we talk about vibration, everything is vibration, everything is energy. So if we need to protect ourselves, there's a certain stone that has a protective vibration. When you take that stone and you put it into your aura field or into your energy space, your energy will vibrate with that stone. As it vibrates with that stone, then your energy goes up into the frequency of the stone, which could be protection. For you holding this of manifestation, it's manifestation. And we talked about earlier with scientists, they understand that belief system is huge. So if you believe that you're adjusting to the frequency of the crystal, then the crystal can help you. If you don't believe in the energy of the crystal, a lot of times it's hard. Some crystals are so powerful that your energy systems will just shift because as soon as it comes into your aura field, it automatically changes you. Some of them are basic stones, like these are basic stones. They don't necessarily do anything. Certain stones you can put in your hands and your hands will start shaking. It's because the frequency is so high. I have a couple of stones here. I'll let you guys hold and see. Cassiterite is one that's strong. Moldavite, desert glass, all those are very strong when you hold them. Each crystal again has a different vibration, so that vibration is what you're going to use that crystal for. Malachite is for the heart, the heart chakra. It's also for manifestation. I think this is an agate, like a white lace agate, and this is for calming. It's real good for blood pressure. I remember a long time ago when I first started learning about stones, one of the ladies that were working with me, she said never wear agate because I was too calm. And if I wore agate, it would just kind of make me just, so they told me don't wear agates at all. Tiger's Eye is very strong. Tiger's Eye is a great grounding stone, and it's a good manifesting stone also. And we'll get into this again with the colors. The colors represent different manifestations, different tools, and all that good stuff. All right, so we have the next slide. Says the crystals have energy. First of all, everything is energy. Everything has energy in it. So yes, the crystals do have energy. Energy is a vibration. We have a vibrational frequency on each crystal, and we want to use a crystal to match our vibration to raise it, or we want to use a crystal to get into our field and alter our vibration to something else. So whatever we're lacking, we can bring it into its accordance. Now, if you look at the chakra chart, when we talk about energy, the chakra chart goes from top to bottom. It goes violet, indigo blue, sky blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Now, if you take that and you wrap it around into a circle, you have the red coming over to the top of the violet. Now, in that circle, if you have something opposite of that, if you're overactive in the root chakra, then if you turn the circle, you're probably going to be coming right around the green or the heart chakra or the throat chakra. So therefore, you can actually wear a stone that's green or light blue, and you'll actually counteract the energy that's going through you with the root chakra. Now, why do you want to do that? Because if the root chakra is too open, then you're too grounded and you're too materialistic. You're thinking with more of a three-dimensional thought process, and you're not balancing yourself out to actually use more of the right side of your brain. So we want to balance that out. So you can do the color wheel, just flip take the straight line, bring it into a circle, and whatever is opposite of that color that's blocked or not working right, use the opposite color, and that allows you to balance yourself out. So do crystals have energy? Yes, they have the energies to balance you out, and that's just a technique of using the crystal. You just have to know what to use the crystal for and how to use it in order to get the benefit of the crystal. Each crystal has a specific vibration and energy. So if you want to enhance your being, the last thing you want to do is wear a black obsidian, because black obsidian is going to block everything from coming to you. It's going to literally stop it. Black obsidian is a very protective stone. It's so protective that you should never wear it over your heart for any long period of time, because you will literally just get angry about everything, because you're blocking the love and you're not letting any love out, and you shut off. So if you want to be more expansive, more loving, I would try something called amnezite. Amnezite is a great stone for letting you reach back into your own self-confidence and bringing forth the true love for yourself, self-love, and embodying the lighter energies of love and love of yourself versus everything exterior of you. Another good stone for the heart is the pink tourmaline and rose quartz. Rose quartz is excellent for it. That's a big piece of rose quartz right up there. You want me to show you the rose quartz? That's rose quartz. Pink. It's a pink stone. You want to hold this one? All right, so you want to make sure you understand which stone you're using and what you're using it for, because that is critical. When you use the stones correctly, you can tap into the energy systems of the stone, and you can create some good things with you. I had a guy I knew that had been terribly abused much of his life, and he would make jokes, and he had this huge rose quartz that was probably about that tall, that he sat in his living room, because he said, I gotta have plenty of rose quartz around because I need to have my heart open for love. If I don't do this, then I'm not gonna be very loving. So he keeps a big rose quartz in his house, and he literally is a very peaceful person. Otherwise, he could probably be different. He was such a person that actually was, he was actually, who was that coming in? Cool, okay. He was actually a martial artist, and the dealing with some of the Asians that were creating swords. And the samurai sword, if you ever seen it, it's probably about yay long. It's got a handle about that big, and it usually has a little bit of curve like that. And when you hold the samurai sword here, the curve goes this way and the blade is facing outward. Well, his temperament was such of a aggressive nature that they put his sword, they didn't put the sharp side on the front, they put the sharp side on the back. And the purpose of that is, it's for a samurai warrior that likes to kill too much.
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they put the sword on they put the blade on the back side so it slows him down from killing so many people. But that's how his energy was. But anyway, he had to have a rose quartz in his house so that he could literally calm his energy down because he had been through so much. He literally said the shit beat out of him every day when he was a young kid from his parents. So he just had a lot of aggression, but the rose quartz calmed him down. Very powerful spiritual guy at this point. Very different in a lot of senses, a lot of ways. But that's just one way that rose quartz can affect you. A quartz crystal or a different crystal can affect your energy. So it's knowing what you need and getting. If you see around here, there's a big citrine right there. There's a quartz crystal right there beside you with points. There's another amethyst over there. There is a black quartz here. There is druzy quartz over in the corner and a bunch of other stuff behind me. And each corner of the room has selenite in it. So what happens is, do crystals have energy? Yeah, the selenite is energetically charged to put a grid around the room so negative energy cannot stay here. It'll literally start to clear out. The citrine is a large stone. Citrine is about manifestation. Citrine is also about creation. It attaches more to the sacral and the solar plex chakra. If you understand feng shui, you put your powerful, your manifesting stones in the left corner of your room as soon as you walk in. That is your money center. So that's why I put that right there. Your spiritual center is back here. There's another center directly in front of you. There's one to the right behind me, and to the left. So feng shui helps you to activate the energy in your stone even more. So if you understand that, and I'll get you a chart and send it to you all. Each area of your room holds a different power center, and so those are the areas that you want to have clear. So if you're having a family issue, your energy in your room might be cluttered in that spot. Clean that space in your room up and put some crystals into it. Put some manifestation crystals for love and for happiness and togetherness and easy calmness, and you'll see things in your family life start to change. So when we talk about crystals having energy, crystals do have energy, but they can also be charged or amplified with something else. So always understand that. And there's different types of energy too. So if you're looking at a stone, if you want something for manifestation, you're not going to get rose quartz necessarily. Rose quartz can help with that, but you might want to get a citrine or a malachite or a moldavite, something that's going to be a little bit stronger for particular manifesting versus healing. So if you want a healing stone, you would get the rose quartz. You wouldn't get a citrine. You get something a little different. Then you have grounding energy. Grounding energy could be the garnets, the rubies, the tiger's eye. All these are good stones for grounding, taking your energy and centering it into earth to give you to a base strength. So you want to look at using those. And then you also have stones energetically for connectivity, which is going to be your amethyst, which is going to be your danburite, which is going to be solidite, or lapis lazuli. Those are good connective stones that connect you to either lapis lazuli, connects you to the throat chakra and the third eye, so you can see and you can speak. So different stones help you with different things. The first time I actually held a lapis lazuli, I was with a good friend of mine, and the lapis lazuli, I was holding it sitting in his office, and he was watching me from a camera, and I kept shaking because spirits kept coming through me, and every time it would hit me, and he was just sitting back there laughing at me because the lapis opened up my third eye. So I was able to not just see it, the third eye is the intuitive system, so I was able to feel it. So I do more feeling and knowing than I do seeing. So I was actually feeling the spirits run through me, and I was like, what in the world's going on? But you can literally feel it because when I held the stone, it activated an energy system that was originally shut down. So the stones have a lot of energy, and they can do a lot of things for you. So learning how to put your stones together and using them, wearing them on your body or carrying them is very key. very beneficial for you. How do I use crystals? And it's kind of like we just kind of started into that. They use crystals for many different things. The main thing you're going to use a crystal for is to adjust your frequency. So when you put the crystal into your energy field matches that crystal. So that's why I gave you the rose quartz, because rose quartz is a loving stone. It breaks down walls and it lets you open up, and your subconscious just releases. And it's a healer, big time healer. I felt that's what you needed when you came in. So the other thing about the stones, you want to program. You know, how do you program a stone? It's pretty simple. You program stones with intention. Everything I talk about is intention wise. So if you don't have no intention, then we are lost. You know, so it's like, why are you going through life? What are you doing in life? What's your goals? I don't know. Well, when you say you don't have any intention in life with goals, then you find yourself being stuck, staying in the same space. So you want to move into an intention-based process or concept. You always want to set your intention with your stone. Now, how do you do that? Take your stone, hold it in either hand. And if you got a stone with you, go ahead and just try this. And we're gonna just kind of do some different things. You got a stone? You can do it with that. You can do it, or I can get you one of the stones out of there.
Yes, please.
Okay, grab your stone. All right, so I'm gonna tell them what to do first.
Okay.
All right, so I want you to hold the stone. I'm gonna give you a stone too. Not one of yours, I'm gonna give you a different one. All right. Actually, I got one in there. I'm gonna give to you too. It's gonna be your stone. You're gonna hold the stone in your right hand. All right. Then I just want you to close your eyes and take some deep breaths, and I want you to hold the stone in your left hand. Tell me, and don't rush. Just see which side of your body gives you a better frequency. All right. And while you all are doing that, I'm gonna grab another stone. I'll be right back.
Hey, you want to put this one back up?
Oh no, you keep that one.
I like this one.
Exactly. See, that's why I gave it to you.
I've never done that with these,
Mhm.
and I started feeling it vibrating more there, but now I'm feeling it both. But I've never done that with these.
Yeah, and so what you do is hold one in one hand and then put the other, because what you're doing is you're checking which side is more receptive.
Okay.
So there you go. Hold it there. Now it's a powerhouse. And then I want you to hold this one too. And that one for you. You hold these. One of each, hold one in one hand, being greedy.
Oh.
One at a time. And see what you feel from each one. All right, Monica, what you feeling? Anything special? I'm not sure why. Hold on one second, Monica. I don't know what's going on with this mic, but I'm not hearing anything. Yeah, I know she's unmuted. Let me see if I have something's going on here. Select the microphone. Built-in microphone. Try that one. Can you all still hear me? Let me see. Mic. I'm not sure why I cannot hear you guys. Hold on one second. Speaker test. This is here. Look. All right, Monica, say something again?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you now. Yep,
Okay.
yep. Did I do something there, or was that you?
I don't know.
I changed something, and okay, well, we're happy with this, we're good now. We are good. I put in joint audio by computer when so something wasn't checked, so I got it now. Terrence, can you say something? Oh, you got a whole conglomerate of crystals there, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So this is the one I had in my hand now.
Okay, good deal. Now tell me what you were saying, what was going on when you had that in your hand?
So now I'm thinking about something that is the reason why this could happen. But on this side, I could feel like it was moving a little bit.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
but when I had it in this hand, it just felt like all my arteries, like everything in my body, I could feel it moving through like very
Gotcha.
steadily.
Okay, so your left hand is your more dominant hand. Now try with a different stone. So try it now with a different stone. So you
I
have
don't know which one would be the better one to use.
all of them are the same because we can test them all. Because what we're doing now is just trying to figure out how we can connect with our crystals. Which ones are more strong, more powerful to us.
This one is real, like whoa. This one is like whoa.
That's your amethyst.
Oh my God. This one makes me move, like.
It's got you right. That's good. So that one has a lot of power in it. That's good. Very good. All right, now grab another one. So now notice how when you're using one stone, and you might have energy in one hand versus the other stone in another hand, it's more powerful. So what you want to do is now you're learning how to test it. It's not that I want to see one hand is more powerful or feels more so than the other. It's like test both sides so you understand now whichever side is giving you the most power, use that side as your blessing side because that's the one that's going to receive. That's the one that's going to align you with the energy of the stone. So I was going with this.
And that could be relative to the stones, what you're saying.
Exactly. So you could put an amethyst and you could feel more power in the right hand. And you
That's
could
what just happened.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And the quartz was more powerful in the left hand. So you test each hand. So whichever hand is going to be your dominant hand, your powerful hand, you're going to hold the stone in that hand. And when you hold the stone in that hand, you're going to hold that hand to your heart. And then we're going to just breathe. And that's how we're going to set the intention. We're going to set the intention energetically, but we're going to use our heart chakra versus the crown chakra or the third eye chakra. There's many different ways to do this, but this is a simple way to do it. So I want you to now take your hand, whichever stone you want to use. If you got some other ones you want to test, go ahead and test them. Terrence, you got any that you're testing?
I don't know if you can hear us. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. I got the mic working now. We're back live.
Alright,
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
okay. Well, I have the camera on.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I don't need to be flashed tonight. I'm good. Don't shake your head, Monica. You know, I say some crazy stuff sometimes. Yeah, I'm good. If you got no clothes on, stay with just like you are. You good. Keep the cameras off. You good.
Yeah, now see?
Hey,
Please don't leave me alone. Please don't make me say something that's gonna embarrass me.
laughter is good for the soul. It's all good.
It is.
Definitely. Monica, how about you? You staying mighty quiet over there.
Wow, amethyst.
So it's amethyst? All right. Cool.
Well, that's me. I'm saying it because I just looked up what it meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. Yeah, amethyst is a beautiful stone. All right. So, Monica, can you hear me okay? Okay, cool. Which one are you using?
It seems like my left hand, although I got to feel it with my arm, than on my right hand.
Okay, so the left hand you're feeling more vibration through your arm into your heart. I see Angela trying to sneak around the corner over there, tiptoeing.
Now, you know you don't want to spray all the crystals we have, but can you identify what this is, Terry?
Is that blue or green?
It's green.
It almost
It,
looks,
it,
it looks like a malachite.
no, it doesn't have black in it. I may have to just take a picture and send it to you.
Yeah, take a picture because it might be aventurine. Is it like a clearer green?
It, kind of.
Yeah, let me see. It could be aventurine or
Like adventuring.
yeah, aquamarina, aventurine, one of those two.
Maybe it comes to the adventuring, yeah. I'll just forward it, just text it to you. but-
Yeah, send me a picture and I'll check it out. So what you're gonna do now is you're gonna take that energy, take the hand is feeling the most energy, hold it to your heart. Now I want you to just set an intention. Now, depends on which stone you got. Which stone you got?
Oh, I gotta have a stone in my hand.
No, you got it. We set an intention on the stone. We're practicing.
Oh.
Practicing here.
So
And you
I
can
got
have
the-
two. The quartz, okay, cool. All right, so the quartz crystal, quartz is powerful. Quartz is one of the most powerful crystals that there is. Quartz is an amplifier. So let me warn you about quartz. Everybody, let me warn you about quartz. If you're in a great mood, keep the quartz close to you. If you're in a bad mood, take that quartz off
That's gonna amplify.
because it's going to amplify everything. Okay, just remember that quartz is an amplifier. It's a clearer, but it's also an amplifier. So as it's clearing and amplifying at the same time, it's going to amplify the energy that you have. If you need to clear your energy, use a tourmaline or a selenite. That's a better one to clear your energy with. But if you have a issue going on and you're just in a bad mood, put that the quartz and put it up. Don't use that, whatever you do. All right, so.
So the Herkimer diamond will do the same, yes?
Yeah, the Herkimer diamond is very close. Yes, it will. Do not use a Herkimer diamond if you're in a bad space because it will make your head twist and shimmer. It does some weird stuff to you. It does. Herkimer diamonds, you put them on your third eye chakra and your crown chakra, you get a frequency coming through. It vibrates you. Yeah. But if you're in a bad space, it'll actually amplify it. So just be careful. All right, so you set your intention. So you hold the stone to your heart, close your eyes, set your intentions in your mind, and just feel yourself with the intentions. If it's to connect to this stone to make it your best friend, imagine what your best friend feels like. Feel the energy of your best friend. And then the stone feels that energy and give that stone a lot of love. If you want that's moldavite.
Okay.
If you want to sing for love, say Ahava Shle Ma, which means the perfect love. And just take some deep breaths, nice and easy. And to give thanks, and you put your hand down. Did the baby sleep?
Been up since 4.
All right. So now that's set an intention, and that is putting your intention and your energy into the stone. So now the stone is going to attach more to you and what you desire. All right. So this is your stone that you've attached to it. So it's a powerful connection between you and the stone. One thing you want to do too is you want to clear your stones. Like I say, talked about earlier, clearing your stone can be done by putting it in water, warm water. Certain stones, now don't put selenites in warm water because it'll dissolve it. Certain stones are not actually that strong, so they'll dissolve it. The other thing that you can do is you can put your stone in sunlight for 24 hours, or you can put it in moonlight for 24 hours. But those are two ways to clear it. You can also take sage, burn sage, and sage will clear the energy of your stone, or you can actually spray it or put Florida water on it. That's what I was doing with yours. That's what this stuff is.
Florida water.
Florida water. Florida water is a good way to clear energy. So if you buy stones from a place, you always want to clear them before you start carrying them with you. So a lot of people don't know that. So you always clear your stones and then you set your intention. Now you can also clear your stone by setting your intention also. So that's something you can do.
Hey, Derek,
Yes.
can you explain why clearing is important?
Yeah. Clearing is important with the stone because remember the stone or the crystal, because remember we talked about it a little bit earlier, the crystal holds memories. The crystal, if it's holding memories, it's holding the energy of someone else or something else. So if you take that stone and it's not been cleared and somebody has been negative handling it, that stone has been handled by a person that's negative, then what happens is that negative energy is now on that stone, although it's vibrating at a certain frequency, it's vibrating on the polar opposite, because remember, each frequency has a polarity. So the polarity can be positive or the polarity can be negative. So if someone's been handling that stone that's negative or has baggage, then what happens when you take that stone's frequency puts that baggage into your energy. So you become the energy of the stone. So it's important to clear the stone so that you get the purity of the stone versus somebody else's energy, because the stones are recording all the time. So always clear your stones. You can actually take a little chime, like the A note thing. I think it's this one here.
Yeah.
Take that 3 or 4 times, tap it around the stones. Stones are cleared. So if your microphone was close to your stones, all of them just got cleared. I'll send you a bill for that. All right, so that's one thing you want to clear your stones. When you're using the stones, you want to make sure you clear them, and you always want to put an intent in them. The intent allows them to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve with them. So if you want to manifest something, then put the intent to manifest it and use a manifestation stone. Something else you can do with the stones, once you've cleared them and you set the intent, you can wear them, or you can put them in a combination in your pocket. You can create carrying pouches. Creating carrying pouches are great because the stones will amplify each other if they're the correct stones. Now, certain stones negate each other. Like, you wouldn't want to put a black obsidian with let's say like a jade or malachite, because it's going to block the energy coming in from it. So just be careful with black obsidian. Obsidian blocks obsidian. Now, if you want to use a stone that's protective, use a black tourmaline or black onyx, and those 2 stones will protect, and it will still allow the energy from the other stones to come in. That obsidian blocks everything. And again, if you got 2 things that are contradictory, you got one that's grounding really strong and one that's bringing in, connecting really strong, sometimes they'll clash with each other. One will try to overtake the other. So we can kind of go over that stuff. I have to put together a list and show you the stones that you don't want to necessarily put together. But the same way that you held the stone to your heart or held it in your hand, you felt the vibration, has a pure vibration. Put 2 stones in your hand and see how the vibration goes. If the vibration cuts down, then they might be counteracting from each other. If they amplify and you feel more, then they're working together. So that's another way. Use your own body. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else. Use your body to basically tell you the answers to all the questions you have, because your body will learn to move with your body. Your body will move when the frequency hits it to give you an answer for something. A lot of times, if you want a yes, your body pushes forward. If it's a no, your body pushes backwards. It's just something that's normal. And what you can do is then program your body just to sit still and allow it to move. And you'll be surprised at the answers that you can get. Same thing as using a pendulum. The pendulum is just an extension of you, so you become the pendulum. You rock forward, you rock backwards, you program yourself. Right, left means something else, forward, backwards means something different. Everybody can program themselves to move according to their understanding. That way your movement is not the same as my movement. Your answers are different. So again, you can carry them, you can put them in your purse, you can wear them around your neck. A lot of times people will wear stones, different stones. I used to wear a combination of stones. Today I took them off, but I wear a combination of stones for different things. When I want to help people to elevate or protect myself, certain stones I wear. If I want to manifest certain things, I wear certain stones. The big combination of stones you got over there is a powerful manifester. So that will bring anything into your life that you want, as long as you're realistic with your goals. And then increase the goals each time. Have a little fun with it. Crystals can be used for meditation. They can be used when you wear them to change your frequency, to adjust your frequency. They can be used for protection. One thing you do with the crystals is lay down. You can put the crystals all around you and make a grid around yourself. When you make the grid around yourself, it allows the energy to come in more potently, a little bit more powerful. So just, understand gridding is very, 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 very key, especially when you're doing energy work. Because certain grids you want to block things out. Like I said, there's selenite in each corner of the room, because that grids the room nice and simple. If I draw a 5-pointed star around somebody, It depends on how I draw the star. If I want to invoke a being in to come in, then I draw the star starting from this side, going to the top, down, cross, over, and back. And that's how I would draw the crystal grid around you as I'm putting the crystals down. If I want to banish, or if I want to, well, that's the banish. If I want to invoke something, I draw it a different way. I would start from the top and I would go down, cross, over, back, and finish here. So when I finish at the top, I'm invoking. When I finish at the bottom, I'm banishing. So it's just different things. I know I'm saying a lot. So, but just different ways. That's crystal gridding. You can do many different grids. You can do a pyramid grid around you. You can get a copper grid and put it around you. Put a crystal at the top, and it actually directs all the energy in from the heavens into the grid and comes around you and surrounds you. So many different things. If you want to look them up, just look up the copper pyramid grids, and you'll see them. If you go to Home Depot, they're super cheap. You can get them. You don't have to weld them together. You can actually put them together with like a little PVC pipe or something, and you can add some metal into it. Use a copper wrapping, and when you insert the copper in, it keeps it strong. It doesn't lose any of its zeal to it. House placement, you can put them in your house for different things. That goes back into the feng shui. Like I was saying, if you want to create some abundance, you want to understand feng shui, and I'll give you all the chart for that. That I do have. I'll be glad to email that to you all before we finish tonight. Meditation we talked about in spiritual baths. You can take your crystals and you can put it into a certain herbal mix. We did a class on spiritual baths where we learned how to mix different herbs, oils, different scents to create different energies. You can take the stones and drop them in it. I used to love to put quartz crystals into my spiritual baths because quartz amplifies. So now you just amplify the energy of the spiritual bath. When you put the spiritual bath in the water and you take the bath, you get an even more elevated sense, and it literally clears everything off. Your spiritual baths are one of the easiest ways to completely clear your energy in the world.
Amazing.
It's amazing, yeah. It's amazing. So we had a class where I taught how to make those spiritual baths, and actually I pulled out all my toys and let them go forward, and they made some incredible baths. Of course, slow it down sometimes. Put too much stuff in
It
it.
was powerful.
Yeah, it's powerful. But it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Moving on. All right, so what crystals should I start with? And that's a good question. So the rookies, these are rookie crystals, right? These are, the starters. So, but we're gonna go into some deeper ones. I'm gonna grab one of my books and look at some other stuff that goes really, really, really out there. Because these are pretty much connecting to the major 7 chakras. The major 7 chakras are very simple. They're grounding. They activate your energy, and that's kind of where it is. Very simple. When we start going to the higher chakras above the actual body, then we're going into higher realms of spirituality. We're going tapping into higher angels and opening different frequencies to come into us. First, you want to identify the vibration that you want to bring into your life. Right? Again, intention is very key. So think about what you want. Here are some simple stones. It's very easy. Citrine, it connects you to your life's purpose, helps you to manifest, and provides a great confidence, and empowers you to stay open mentally and emotionally, and reminds you of the power of personal will that you have. So citrine, that's the big stone that I have over there. You all don't see it yet, but it's like a big, huge one, about that big. And again, that one is good for manifestation. So that is one of the main ones that you want to use if you want to bring something into your life. Next one is clear quartz. Clear quartz balances energy, it brings clarity and enhances focus. Remember, it is an amplifier stone. So it's going to amplify everything that's around. So if you want to amplify your protection, put it beside a black obsidian and watch what happens. If you want to amplify your financial abundance, put it beside a citrine, watch what happens. Set the intention, clear the energy, set the intention, and sit them together. Green aventurine encourages feelings of vitality and certain zest for living. Excellent stone for navigating through obstacles. It's also another manifestation stone. It's great for manifesting. It's great for your heart center. It's great for finding and help you to understand more about love. Love is the green, is a little different from the pink. The pinks are a lower part of the heart chakra. The greens are the upper part of the heart chakra. So yellows are much softer, or pinks are much softer, and the greens are a little more direct, should I say. The pinks are very indirect, going to self-healing and all that good stuff. Next one that's on there is black tourmaline. This is a must for everybody. Black tourmaline is a transfer of energy. So literally it transfers the energy from negative to positive. It takes it, eats it up, transfers it, and drops it out. It's a great protection stone. It is a great grounding stone. Mix that with quartz, and again, you have even more protection, and you can go into places that are very negative, and it will transmute the energy into positive situations for you, or positive energies for you. It can be very beneficial for grounding yourself, purifying the energy around you. And it's great for those who spend time in public places because it transforms energy. When I first started tapping into my spirituality and understanding my path, I would go into big venues and I would just get freaked out because I would feel everything. I could literally walk into a place and just like, ugh. Like even now, I've been secluded so much. I don't go around a lot of people. I'm very sensitive, so when I go into the grocery stores now, I literally feel all the fear. And it just feels like I need to come take a shower when I get home because the fear is just, it's terrible out there. I remember I had my gym for years open, and I would go into the gym, I worked there, and this was my energy, was crystals all around and different things, so everything was high, everything was perfect. I closed my place down and went to another gym, which is a regular gym, and I started working there temporarily. And every time I go in there, I didn't realize it, but I was taking all the energy from all these different people, because it was probably now, I was used to seeing maybe 20 or 40 different people that were consistently coming in through the doors, to now seeing hundreds of people a week and just passing energy. So I was just like, wow, what's going on here? I've forgotten how sensitive I was to it because I just wasn't in the environment on a regular basis. I can protect myself on a short time, but just staying in an environment with other people, I get very sensitive. Black tourmaline is something that I started wearing, so it helped me to basically negate all that energy. Moving on, lapis lazuli is for inner vision. I talked about lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli is the stone that I had in my hand that made me start feeling spirits. Lapis lazuli is great for the third eye. It's a stone of spiritual, deep spiritual growth. It's standing in one's truth, its integrity, and compassionate leadership. So it's also a very strong stone for the third eye. When the Egyptian pharaohs were buried, they put a big piece of lapis lazuli right on their breastplate in their center, so they could basically get rites of passage to go into the other world. Very powerful stone. The last one that's on this list is rose quartz. Rose quartz opens up your heart to receive and to give love. It helps to soften some of the early life traumas. And again, like I told you about my buddy, he had to have a big piece of rose quartz, and he had not just one, he had several pieces like that. Actually walking up to his house. So that's all right. So rose quartz is a powerful, powerful stone for opening the heart and releasing trauma, relieving your trauma. So the crystals you should start with, those are some basic ones. Now, if you want to get more advanced and into some crystals that are going to really make you jump leaps and bounds in your spiritual development, one of the stones that you can wear is moldavite. Moldavite is going to shift you very, very fast. Moldavite is a stone that is from the outer realms, and because it's from the outer realms and it's not from Earth, then you're going to get the energies of an asteroid from wherever it came from. So literally when you work with the moldavite, you can take off. Moldavite is not a beginner stone. Another stone, Herkimer diamonds, it is not a beginner stone. I remember years ago I got some Herkimer diamonds, and a little cousin of mine was probably about 10 or 11 then, and she wanted one, so she got it, and I was like, I don't know if she needs that stone, and her dad gave it to me to keep for a long time because it just was not a beginner stone, and it's not one that you want to use. It shifts your third eye or shifts your focus and vision so that you literally start to see clairvoyantly, and some things that you're seeing, there's no block to them. So Herkimer diamonds are really good for vision, for upper chakras. They connect you to the 14th, 16th, and 17th chakra above you. So very different when you talk about the higher stones, the higher chakras. The stone that you have, the how do I say that? No, the one I gave you. What's it called? Oh my goodness, I just lost the name of it.
This one's motivate, but this one.
It'll come to me in a second. I just drew a blank. Let me see if I can see it. that stone is, it is a very powerful stone, but it is for the lower chakra, Cassiterite. It is for the lower chakra, so it's your earth chakra, but it goes deep into the core of the earth. So it's a grounder, but it also has its own intentions to uplift you. So it's like the energy goes down into earth and grounds you, but it also lifts you up because you're grounded so strongly. And it actually helps you to get rid of a lot of debris, a lot of stuff that's involved with your growth. And I'm gonna actually read something to you because it's pretty nice stone. It helps to bring divine light into your body from the source of all that is. It's an excellent influence on intellect and has useful effect to aid intellectual problem solving. This is a powerful stone to use in meditation, and it adds to the shamanic journey because it allows you to see in other dimensions. But again, it connects you to deep into the earth chakra. It also takes you to the door of entry and return, which means where you came in from when you were a child, came through the door to life. It actually is the same door that you go out of this life into transition into death. So it takes you to that door, so you can actually go in and out, cross the sides, and that's really good for shamanic journey if you want to understand that. Anybody got any questions about any stones or any specific uses? Because there are so many stone books out there. Stones of the New Consciousness is a good book. If you want to see some different stone books that hold hundreds and hundreds of stones, they show you different ways to grid them around your body to increase energy, to flow energy to you a lot better than just sitting them beside you, side by side. Anybody got any questions about those? Yeah, so the question is, do you retest or do you always wear the same stones? You can wear them as long as they want to stay with you, because what happens with stones is when they're tired, they'll break, and it's they remove themselves from you.
And when I first started coming, a lot of mine started just breaking. It was just like,
yeah. So let's say if you're wearing a bracelet, you're wearing a necklace, and the necklace breaks, the bracelet breaks, and the stones fall. What that means is those stones are no longer for you. They've adjusted your frequency to the point where you're in balance with that energy, and it's time to move to a different energy. So it's normal to do that. So you can retest them if you want to, but sometimes you'll sit there and test and say, wow, this is not really doing a lot for me. And you can change it if you want to, or you can just understand that your frequency now is closer to that stone. Yeah. And if it's the throat chakra, the carnelian, and the protection, and it's constantly in your life now, keep it on.
okay.
Keep it on until you need to switch it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't change them if I didn't have to. But again, you don't want to just start adding bracelets.
Right.
You know, you have a whole arm of bracelets and stuff.
Yeah, I felt like these
So
made sense.
So did you want any more explanations about any other stones? I just gave a couple of them that were more powerful. What's that one, pyrite?
I'm not sure, sir, can you see it?
Yeah, that's pyrite.
Okay.
Yeah, pyrite is a grounder. It's also a manifestation stone. It's good for the solar plex chakra.
Okay.
Solar plex and the root. Which one?
No, I was gonna let you finish, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's good for the root chakra, for grounding, and it's also good in the solar plex chakra. Hold it over a little bit to your left. There you go. I can't see that one. Is that okay? I got it. Is that looks like a quartz cluster?
It's got yellowish, orange, more orangey with like little sparkles on it.
It almost looks like a citrine to me, like a small piece of citrine.
Okay.
With it, but it looks like a raw citrine, not a polished one.
Okay.
But if it's a yellow kind of with the orangey specks in it, that was too big to bring over here.
Is that a big one?
No,
It's like little, now when you said crystal, I do see some white up underneath it, but it looks like glitter, like stars in it.
yeah, and that's probably it looks like citrine. If you could take a picture of it and then send it, because stones can be tumbled, they can be raw, and they can be polished. So if it's tumbled, it's gonna look more like this.
Okay.
That's a smooth surface. When it's polished, it's smoother, but it's even more shiny, like that one. Let's see. Yeah. And then raw is gonna be. Can you hear me, Motorbike? This is raw. That's a raw Motorbike. It almost looks like a cauliflower covering.
Okay.
So that's just different ways so you can see that the different types of textures of the stone. Just I usually like mine raw. Raw stones to me are better. That's a raw. So that one looks like a quartz.
Derek, I have a question.
Well, that one looks like that one might be citrine on the left and then quartz on the right. Yeah, that one's kind of yellow.
Yeah.
That's citrine. What'd you
Oh,
say?
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Angela.
I sleep with, well, I mean, there's crystals all over the house and the bedroom, but I do sleep with, moonstone, moldavite, and Herkimer diamond in a pouch, and I put it in my pillow.
You trying to go to the moon?
So I guess my question is that's a good, is that a good combination?
That's a little much. I will put a ground in there like pyrite, something to definitely ground energy. Pyrite, I would definitely do pyrite, or a garnet, or a
Well, that's by the bed.
Okay, you probably, yeah. It's the Herkimer diamond. The moonstone is into your solar plexus chakra, so that is going to be your willpower. But then you got the Herkimer diamond, which is going to be the crown chakra and the third eye chakra, and you have what's the other one you have? Moldavite.
Moldavite.
And the moldavite.
Moldavite. I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay, so it's moldavite, Herkimer diamond, and moonstone. Okay. That's not too bad, but I would, with that combination, I would add a garnet to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would add it just to get the stability, because you might be shooting off way too far and you just don't realize how far you're going out, and it is hard to ground back down. So I'll just put a little piece of garnet in it just to kind of keep you stable, or garnet or pyrite. I would say pyrite first.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you can get a little piece of desert glass, and desert glass will bring you back, and it'll elevate you at the same
I
time.
got pyrite and garnet here.
Okay, yeah, try that. Try one of those, and see how that feels when you go to sleep.
Remember, we gotta go to the mines there, Shaman.
Yeah, we do. We still gotta go to the mines and go mine, and hopefully when they open up, we might have to go one Saturday and maybe one Saturday in June.
They would be opening up the end of this month.
Okay.
After the war.
All right, cool. We'll look at going in June. We'll just do a Saturday. Instead of doing Saturday meditation, we'll do a Saturday trip up to the mines.
So will we seek out our own?
Yeah, when you do the mines, you actually take a big bucket and you go up in the mines and you sift and you mine. Depends. Some of them you actually get to dig, but some of them they just let you. They give you a bucket you can choose and you just sift through it. And they win it and you got it.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends. Depends on the place. Yeah.
I do have a question. When we're talking about wearing them, having them, of course, I work with yoni eggs as well, and just wondering, is it that much more powerful if it is within the sacred space versus outside of you, or will it be the same?
Yes, it is. Good question. Got a question about the yoni eggs. Yoni eggs are going to be a little bit more powerful because of where you're putting them. So when you put them into the yoni space, they're going into a space, remember, that is a canal to receive, and it receives energy. It's just like ingesting or intercourse. So it's like versus the stone being on you and in your aura field, now it's literally inside of you in your aura field. So you're going to receive more for it. That's why the yoni steams or the yoni eggs are really good, because they literally draw the energy out and replace energy with whatever the stone is vibrating at. So yeah, it is definitely more influential.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, because it's in a space, it's sacred, and there is no blockage of or any other energies that's there.
Right.
It's just purely in the energy.
Okay.
And so therefore, that's why you use them to cleanse, because whatever stone you're using, that energy is going to go directly into you.
Okay.
Yeah. so moving on to the next topic, it's like we asked the question, which stone is the most powerful? You know, that's always one thing we want to talk about. What has the most power? What can do the most? What's the biggest? What's the baddest? Well, first of all, when you're talking about the stones, you really need to look at what your intention is, because we have to define power first. And when we define power, the first definition of power is the ability to do something or act in a particular way, especially as a faculty or a quality. The second is the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or the courses of events. So if we're talking about power, and we want to use the second one, which is going to be the capacity or ability to direct or influence the behavior of others or events, which stone is going to be more powerful? One of the most powerful stones that are out there are the actual quartz crystal. We talked about that earlier. Quartz has the properties in the name for the most powerful because quartz has the highest ability to retain information. So, and it's an amplifier. So if you're retaining information and you're amplifying, you're going to have the most power. So some of the other stones can vibrate really high, but they're not retaining the information, whereas the quartz retains everything. So the quartz is going to retain how to go far, how to ground yourself, how to manifest, how to love, how to be strong willpower, how to speak, how to be intuitive, how to connect to the Most High, how to be sexual, how to be grounded. The quartz is going to record all of it. So therefore, the quartz is a simple stone, but it's one of the most powerful. It's so powerful that back in ancient times, they wouldn't even allow you to wear a quartz crystal around your neck or on your body because it was such a powerful stone. They believed the energy was so strong. The raw quartz that you pull out of the earth are going to be much stronger than the ones that you have that are polished. So just always realize that. So once we define powerful or what power is, then we can choose from there. With that information, we can decide what we want and which crystal will be the most powerful for us. So if somebody needs a grounding, then you're going to need a more powerful grounding stone or crystal versus one that's for connection or elevation. Because again, each stone has its own unique vibration. So we want to choose the vibration that's best for us. Some stones will be more powerful than others depending on what they're used for. Like you have a malachite and the amazite. Both can be used for the heart stone, but the amazite is much stronger for people that need self-love versus people that don't need self-love. Then the malachite would be stronger. So everything has its own frequency, own vibration. Again, for me, if I had to say which was the strongest crystals, it would be clear quartz, the andar quartz, moldavite, and cassiterite. Those are the ones that I've worked with personally that are very strong, that literally shift my energy. Desert glass used to be one of them, but it's not that strong to me anymore. But the andar quartz is it looks like a green or purple quartz, and it's clear. It's a very rare quartz, but it attaches to the Akashic records and taps deep into the knowledge of yourself. So it can align to your Akashic records and shift things. The moldavite, again, is from another planet. It's from an asteroid, so it's very strong. Limited amounts of that stuff is left because it crashed here about 50 years ago. So people have been basically chipping away at it for a long time, and it's almost all gone. Clear quartz we talked about, and then cassiterite we talked about. Cassiterite is one for the earth stone. It's good for shamanic journey. It takes you to that door where you can go back and forth. Very powerful stone. And if you hold it, if you're sensitive, that one has literally made people's energy feel jittery and whoever. They say you can actually try it and see how you feel with it also.
Let me pass it.
Sure you can. And then here we go with the last slide that we'll talk about is can crystals be dangerous? Pretty simple. Crystals are usually not too dangerous per se. However, they can send you to some other places when you're going into meditation, especially if you connect and you ask for something, you don't realize what you're asking for, the crystal may just take you a little further than you want to go. So is it dangerous? Not really, but you'll always usually come back from those things. Physically, they can be a little risque because they can have sharp, jagged edges, and you got to be careful because they can cut you. Very simple things. It's important to handle them with care because again, you can cut yourself with them. Some of them have been sharpened down to the point where they can be knives. So you want to be careful with the crystal. Mentally, one of the most powerful tools is our minds. So we have to understand that and remember that. Working with crystals that serve the greater good of everyone for yourself. It can be your mental state, your mental place. The mental place is going to give you the understanding of where the crystal will take you. Will it be dangerous? I don't think so. It's very safe because, again, mentalism is our powerful tool. So if we believe the crystal is going to take us in a place and be safe, then it's going to be safe. If we believe the crystal is going to take us someplace that's dangerous, it'll be dangerous. But for the most part, the crystal is going to be programmed to give us the basic, or it will give us the basic parameters of our own energy field. So it'll take us where our energy will allow us to go. Spiritually, we're all spiritual beings, and we're having a human experience. Like I say, we're spiritual beings, we're spirit beings before we're human beings, and a lot of times we forget that. The crystals allow us to remember that. So be mindful that you're not working with crystals for the greed or selfishness. You're working it for your higher good. You're working with the crystals so that you understand who you are, how to find out who you are, and what you need to do, and where you need to go. And the crystals align your vibration with its vibration, and they help you to elevate. So crystals work with us, so they're not dangerous. Emotionally, clear yourself from negative emotions on a regular basis and get into a routine of clearing your crystals as well. So for emotions, are they dangerous? No, but emotions can be dangerous. So you have to realize, clear your emotions just like you clear your crystals. Because the crystals will also, your crystals will hold your emotions. Remember, crystals store energy. They store records. They remember everything. So if you're looking at crystals, can they be dangerous? No, but there's certain things you have to be aware of with your own physical being, because they are going to affect your emotions. They're going to affect your physical body, your mental, and your spiritual awareness. So they're not dangerous, but they will make shifts. So just prepare for the shifts that you wanna have. The next one, here we go. All about the crystals, and here are some different quartz and different crystals that you can see, so you can identify some of the stuff that you may have. First one on this first list is lapis lazuli. Lapis lazuli, remember, is one of the stones of communication. It is helps you is a protective stone and connects you to the other side. Lapis lazuli also is great for people that have teenagers. Put a big piece of lapis in your room, or in your office. When you communicate with them, it'll be a lot easier. Rose quartz is about romance. Black obsidian is stability. We talked about that one. It goes way beyond stability. If you ever seen the little show Game of Thrones, remember the White Walkers could only be killed with the some kind of crystal. What that was black obsidian. So remember, black obsidian is something that is very powerful, and it blocks everything. It is a destroyer, I would say, not in a bad sense. Carnelian is about luck. Quartz is clarity. The clear quartz is clarity. Turquoise is safety, but turquoise is also healing. So just remember that. And turquoises are hard to find, because turquoise is usually been dyed or put into something different. What you do is you take the turquoise and sit it behind your ear, and it's nice and cool. If it's cool, then it's real turquoise. And turquoise has a darker color to it. If you look right below turquoise, there's fuchsite, and that is where a lot of people look like, or they make that looks like turquoise, or they say that could be turquoise, but it's not. Turquoise is a darker stone. It's more of a blue-green, sometimes dark blue with a tad bit of green in it. But turquoise is a great stone. Yellow jasper is about happiness. Amethyst is about healing. Fuchsite is about relaxation. Jade is a self-expression. Green jade also goes into the heart chakra for manifestation. Citrine is for confidence. It's also for manifestation. Blue topaz is for creativity. So those are those stones there, and there's some other ones they have. You have solidite. Solidite and lapis lazuli are cousins, so they work on the throat chakra and they work for communication. Clear quartz is awareness. See if I can make this a little bigger on the screen. so clear quartz is for clarity. Rose quartz we kind of went over already. Rose quartz is for rose quartz is for the heart. And we got red jasper. Red jasper is for strength. We have snowflake obsidian. Now snowflake obsidian can be worn around your heart. It's not as harsh as the obsidian, so you can definitely wear that one. Then you have citrine we talked about, which is brightness, positive energy, and clearing. It's also manifestation. Amethyst is one of the best stones for intuition. It's the nice purple stone that you have. Amnezite is for self-love. That is a great stone if you're having issues with self-love, confidence, and creative expression. Tiger's eye is for willpower. It's the warrior spirit and self-motivating. Black tourmaline, protection, banishing, and security. So if you don't have some tourmaline, make sure you get some tourmaline. Carnelian is for passion, sexual energy, and creativity. That is your power stone. Hematite is for courage, inner strength, and grounding. It is the stone for the root chakra. Very good stone for that. Malachite is for wealth, beauty, and individuality. They got the Dalmatian stones for loyalty, family bonds, connecting with animals. Angelite is divine love, gentleness, and healing. Lapidite is for emotional balance, stress relief, and spiritual growth. Lapis lazuli, psychic vision, celestial energy, nobility. That's also good for the throat chakra. Serpentine is hidden mysteries, observation, and instinct. And black onyx is blocking negativity, patience, and determination. So those are some stones that you can look at. Like I said, there's many books that's out there that talks about the different stones and what they do. And they go well beyond this. Some of the stones have 2 and 3 pages of definitions of what they do. So definitely check them out if you get a chance. And the last slide goes into the crystals when it refers to your chakras. So we got the crown chakra. What's going to associate with that is amethyst, diamonds, clear quartz, and selenite. So all those are different. Oh, okay, cool. Then we have the third eye chakra, which again is amethyst, black obsidian, purple fluorite. I think I gave you a purple fluorite over there too. It's like a purple stone. If you hold that in your right hand and you can put the other stone down, it does some different things to you. It helps to open up the third eye. Throat chakra is aquamarine, lapis lazuli, and turquoise. And if you notice, some of these repeat themselves and they do different things, but they're always going to be for these different chakras. Heart chakra, green calcite, green tourmaline, jade, rose quartz. Green tourmaline is very powerful because green tourmaline has the same effect as the black tourmaline. It transmutes energy, but here it shifts the energy within the heart. So the green tourmaline and black tourmaline are very similar, but the green tourmaline transforms things more into love. So very powerful stone. Solar plexus chakra is orange calcite, citrine, malachite, and topaz. A lot of times you can correlate the color of the stone with the chakra that's going to go, just so you can have a quick cheat sheet on that. The sacral chakra is carnelian, citrine. So you don't know the citrine. Citrine is a yellow-orange stone, so it goes into both chakras. Citrine, coral, and moonstone. Moonstone is also a good solar plexus chakra, also, like Angela. So just so you know that. The root chakra, it's the agate. It's the fire agate, which is the red agate, black tourmaline, bloodstone, hematite, and tiger's eye. So those are some different things, different stones, you know, for your chakras. If you want to look at using stones for the chakras to balance. And remember that sheet that turns around. If you fold it around from the chakra, top chakra to the bottom, then whatever's opposite of it is the different stone you need to balance out around. If one is weak, you only use the opposite stone to make it stronger, and vice versa. I wish I had a little chart that I could show you, but I don't have one on me. Here it just goes into the same thing, clear quartz for the different stones, and it gives you actually some definitions for them. So selenite encourages clarity, clear quartz amplifies psychic abilities, amethyst stimulates the nervous system, and diamond access divine energy. So it just gives you a little bit more definitions of the different things, different stones that you're using. But these are some great stones to start off with, because these are your base stones. These are stones that are going to basically get you into the groove and adjust your own frequency so that you can be in balance, versus trying to grab the most powerful stone or something that's more specific and is going into outer realms or going deeper into the earth. Those type stones you want to be aware of, because you want to have your energy prepared for those before you start using them. So start off with these stones here, but going through the third eye, you get amethyst, purple fluorite, black obsidian. Purple fluorite is a little different one, where it says balances the brain chemistry, so it opens the third eye. Amethyst is to heal addictive behavior patterns when it's used with the third eye. And these different stones you can actually sit on these chakra points on your body and sit and just relax, and you'll literally clear your energy systems. Throat chakra is lapis lazuli, turquoise, and aquamarina. It's a protection from evil. It's a lapis lazuli, increasing wealth, and turquoise helps to balance the mood and emotions. Aquamarina heightens emotional intelligence. Heart chakra is rose quartz, heals broken hearts. Jade reawakens trust. Green calcite attracts abundance and prosperity. Green tourmaline strengthens energy systems. Like I say, it takes that green and turns it into love and sends everything in your body. Transforms all darkness to light. Solarplex, calcite, citrine, topaz. Calcite enhances the energy system, magnifies the will powers of citrine, assists in overcoming difficulties and adversities, and topaz assists in overcoming depression. Sacral chakra, citrine, is going to enhance the physical stamina and energy. Carnelian builds confidence and courage, passion and power. Moonstone is in coral, assists in taking action. Both of those two. Last one is the root chakra, bloodstone, tiger's eye, hematite, fire agate, and black tourmaline. Bloodstone activates the intellect and sharpness and the logic. It also helps to soothe the blood and cleanse the blood when you burn moonstone. Tiger's eye teaches balance between polarities. Hematite assists in staying grounded. Fire agate intensifies passion and emotions. Black tourmaline is a grounder and transmuter of dark energy to light energy. That's not on there, but I just told you now.
Yeah.
And we talked about it earlier. All right, so any questions for me? No questions? You're welcome. Thank you for joining.